Hi, I need to admit something. My life is kind of all over the place, and sometimes I look at things I do, and it seems like there's no way they can fit in one person because of how diverse they are. And that's both good and bad. Good because I get to experience a lot of things, and I will give you an idea of the diversity of the things that I'm talking about at the end of this video. But it's also bad because I rarely go deep enough into one thing to turn it into something solid and shareable. And here's the real issue. Spending 10 hours on discovering something new and going deep into it is really fun, easy, and exciting for me. But spending another 10 hours turning this into a clean and concise, structured YouTube video is really, really hard. And the dilemma that I constantly face is that whether I spend the next few days of my life diving and exploring something new, something I will learn, or I should spend the next few days packaging what I already learned to deliver it and to share it with you guys. And because the brain of an ADHD person is driven by novelty, you know what choice always wins. So I end up with half-written scripts that I will share sometime later, but that later never comes. Not because I don't like sharing, but because oftentimes packaging this into a YouTube video or a story takes more time than the discovering in the first place. So I want to try something different next week. Instead of making one polished video about something, some aspect of my life or some discovery of mine, I will make 5 short trailers or teasers, low effort, low expectations. Each teaser will touch on some topic that I can go deep on. And if one of them grabs attention or questions or curiosity, I will make a full detailed video about that later. But if not, that's fine too. Just to give you an idea of the diversity, here are just some from the top of my head or something that I have in my drafts for the future scripts that I can share. For example, the pi memorization world record, I once spent about 10,000 hours trying to make a system, a framework that would allow me to memorize 10, no, wait, it's gonna 100, wait, what's the world record for memorizing pi? I think it's like 96 something thousand digits. So I once built a framework that would allegedly allow me to set a world record on memorizing pi without any mental effort whatsoever. So the idea was that the memorization process will go in the background, and I dedicated so much time, almost embarrassingly, to share about. But the process was really fun. I learned a lot, and I can share it now because I usually share only my success stories, but this was the first time where I can share a story of failure. Another possible candidate is that my 4-year-old child, and by the way, I'm a father of 2 now, opens a mystery box every morning. And to do that, she solves a puzzle that kind of reminds of an IQ tests or ARC AGI tests, but adapted for children with my AI agents that construct these puzzles and ideate on what puzzles they can create to come up with a password for the padlock to open the box. And every morning she opens the box, excited about the new puzzles and what's in the box, which is usually a healthy treat. So I can talk about that or children development in general, if this is something that you are interested in. Another one is that, last year or a year ago, I went to Dominican Republic to help them set a Guinness World Record on the largest 2-sided mosaic. And their requests, like I got a call from the Rubik's company or the Spin Master company that owns Rubik's to help them come up with a program and output an optimal algorithm for each cube to turn from the solved state into a state where you can view the mosaic from both sides, which is really, really challenging. I abandoned everything that I was working on at the moment and just went deep into it and never really properly shared it. Well, I posted something on Instagram. Another one is finance related. I thought I discovered a genius bulletproof formula that turns, it was a long time ago, but it turned my $20K into $40K in just 2 weeks. And then the next day it dropped back to 15K overnight. So it was fun. What else I have there? I stopped typing despite spending so much time on designing the optimal keyboard layout. Now I don't type at my computer at all. When I want to enter more than 2 words, I just designed a workflow and a program that turns my thoughts into text in 800 milliseconds for any text duration that I want to input. This can be something that is pretty interesting for you technical guys. Also, I tried to get into a challenge to jump out of the airplane and solve the Rubik's Cube blindfolded while skydiving. And then I got banned into a local Dubai skydiving school for not telling them about my shoulder dislocation. This is just from the top of my head, so if something triggers curiosity already, I can make a short video next week about that, and potentially a long-form video with all the details a bit later. So next week, 5 teasers, and tomorrow is the first one. Bye.